What's up, Pair Fam? It is time for another little Pokemon rant.
Uh-oh.
There has been big prismatic problems. There is so much going on around this set that it's hard to take in everything that's been happening. So we're gonna dig in a little bit to these prismatic problems, starting with the issue of there not being enough product on release day. I understand that Pokemon probably only prints a certain amount of cards every time a set comes out, but I do believe that they should have seen this coming. They should have seen this coming and been prepared for the hype that came with this set. For one thing, GameStop only had handfuls of product. Like, each location only had a certain amount of product, and I'm telling you guys, it was like 13 things. And I'm not talking like 13 ETBs plus other product. I'm talking about 13 products in total, and just 2 of those products only being ETBs. Not to mention, there was certain Target and Walmart locations that didn't even receive their product on release day or before release day, so they had it stocked, which has made it extremely hard for people to find product out in the wild. I did hear though that certain locations put limits on product per customer, so most of those locations put a limit of 2 products per person. Some locations made it to where you could only buy 2 products per item, so like 2 ETBs, 2 binder collections, stuff like that. You could leave with 4 products, but you could only do 2 of each item, which I'm pretty okay with, especially with how little product was on the shelves. But here's where one of the problems comes in with that. I do know a specific location, Best Buy, allowed their employees to literally raid the shelves before the doors opened. So there were certain Best Buy locations where, yes, they had the product and it was on the shelf, but by the time the customers got in the door, product was gone. I do feel a certain way about that. I'm not saying the employees shouldn't have access to buying the product, but employees should have a limit to that product. So when I did hear that, it irked me a little bit, because I think that's kind of unfair to the customer. Again, nothing against the employees buying the product. I just think there should be some rules to that. So if you guys didn't know, Pokemon did put out a statement saying that they're already in the process of printing more of this set. They actually put that statement out before the set even released. So they knew this shit was coming. They knew there wasn't going to be product to get a hold of. And with certain stores like Target and Walmart, where they just have the shelves open and you can grab as much as you want, I guarantee there were stores where people went in and bought everything on the shelf. Another little prismatic problem that we had was the Pokemon Center ETBs. If you were able to get a pre-order in with Pokemon Center, there were a lot of orders getting canceled, or they were only shipping partial orders, which doesn't really make sense to me. If you're allowing all of these orders to go through, then that should mean you have the product to back it up.
Makes sense.
So if you didn't have enough product, why allow for these extra orders to go through? It makes no sense to me. I really think Pokemon Company should have stepped up their game for this set, knowing what was coming. They knew it was coming. Then you guys, we actually have problems with the cards, the set itself, which one of them we already know, the pull rates are not that great, which I've been going back and forth on, because I'm a collector and an investor. So the more rare the card, the more the value is going to be in the long run, so that kind of makes me happy. But the collector side of me really wants to have all of these cards in my master set, so that does kind of suck, which is why I will not be master setting this set, unfortunately, which really sucks, because I was hoping to go for all of the Scarlet Violet era. But what I am worried about with this set is the quality. If you saw my first prismatic opening, I actually pulled a couple of cool things, and I like to grade cards, especially if I'm not going to master set. That's when I take the cards that are a little more valuable and I send them off to get graded. So far though, what I've seen, the cards are not gradable. Everything that I've gotten so far has not been gradable, and that's including the EV promos. Even still, outside of what I've pulled, I've also heard of people that have pulled evolutions and they're iffy on sending it in to get graded too, because of the corners. We've been seeing a lot of whitening in the corners on the backs of the cards. So if we compare this set to its famous counterpart, Evolving Skies, there are 14,745-ish PSA 10 Moonbreons. That's a lot of PSA 10s in such a rare card. Obviously, we don't have that many Umbreons from Prismatic in circulation yet, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that we're never gonna see those kinds of numbers for the Umbreon from this set just because of quality control. I'm hoping with the reprint of this set, they'll pay a little more attention to the quality of the cards that are coming out, just so some of us have a chance at eventually owning a PSA 10 Umbreon from Prismatic. So basically, what I'm getting at, is this set going to be gradable? Not just the Umbreon, any of the evolutions, any of the cards that you want graded, are they going to be gradable? Are we going to have a gradable set? But also, is this set going to drop enough in value for all of us to be able to master set it? With the price of the raw Umbreon right now, I don't know if that's going to happen. Which reminds me, guys, I wanted to do a little update on the Umbreon value right now. In one of my previous videos, I discussed how the price of the Umbreon pre-release was absolutely insane. We were seeing numbers in like the 3,000s, 5,000s, 9,000s. There was one that supposedly sold for $19,000 on eBay. And right now, guys, after release, it is sitting at about $1,700 raw. So I really hope nobody bought this card over that price on eBay. I do expect it to go down even further from the $1,700 that it's sitting at right now. And I'm gonna do another little update for you guys in about a week on that price to see how it's fluctuating. And the last Prismatic problem I want to talk about today is the set weighable? I do believe it is. There are precautions that Pokemon has been taking recently. I think it started in 151 to where they throw in like these hollow energy cards that throws the weight off a little bit, but it is being discussed right now on whether or not it is weighable. I believe it is weighable, especially if you're going to have a god pack, which is going to make it a little dangerous if you're buying single packs from people that you don't know or like at conventions. It could possibly be weighed. Shinyvert and Elliot Does Pokemon did a little experiment with weighing packs. I'm gonna link those videos in the description if you guys are interested in checking out like the science behind weighing packs. And those are the Prismatic problems that I have seen so far. Now that the set is out and they're doing a reprint, we probably won't see as many of these problems anymore. But now that I've talked your ear off yet again, my rant is finally over.
Ugh, finally.
I do want to remind you guys, we are still looking for our 8,000 subscriber milestone. When we hit that, guys, we're going to be giving away a Stellar Crown booster box. And thanks to Talia and Hector, some of the Pair fam, they are throwing in a Stellar Crown Baltex binder as well. So if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.